Good Morning El Paso.
Breaking news, a fatal shooting happened in Far East El Paso. I'm round-the-clock reporter Joey Carrera. I'll give you an update on the details live from the scene.
And I'm also in Far East El Paso at the scene of a deadly crash. Of the details coming up.
And President Trump continuing his Asia tour this morning, making bold claims in China.
Up veteran families, several events going on in the Sun City this week for Veterans Day, plus some freebies to listen up for.
Our overnight road closures have now cleared. Some great news ahead of your morning drive, but I do have a look at your commute coming up next.
Live, where news comes first, from the Mesilla Valley and Las Cruces to El Paso and the borderland. This is ABC7's Good Morning El Paso.
Good morning, El Paso, Las Cruces, and Juarez. Thanks for waking up with us today. I'm Hillary Florin.
And I'm Stephanie Valle, and we begin with breaking news. Police on the scene of a deadly shooting in Far East El Paso. Authorities say 3 people are dead this morning, and we begin with Good Morning El Paso's round-the-clock reporter Joey Carrera live with the latest. Joey.
Hey Stephanie, good morning. I'm at the scene right now on Ava Lee, the 14,500 block. You can see behind me right now, there are fire crews. There are a lot of police here doing an investigation. Now, we heard about this around the 4 o'clock hour this morning, and we headed out here to the scene. Police have really blocked off both sides of the street right now. They're doing investigations at neighboring homes in the area. Dispatch tells us, the emergency responders, they tell us that 2 people have died as a result of this shooting and that there was another incident that happened as well. They cannot confirm right now if these 2 incidents are related. However, there was another fatality, and that's where we're going to send things over to Good Morning El Paso's Denise Oliva. She's live at that scene with more details. Denise.
And we are here off of Rich Beam, just north of Montana, at the scene of a deadly crash. I'm going to step out of the way just to give you a look at the scene right now. This area is completely blocked off with police tape, and straight ahead, that live look that we're giving you right now is the red truck that was involved in that deadly crash. We know 1 person so far confirmed. Fire officials not saying that anyone else was transported to the hospital. It's still unclear right now if these incidents are related, but that is what we are trying to find out from El Paso police. So again, right now, this is going to be an issue for some residents out here because this is a residential area. Many people trying to get out of this neighborhood to get to either Montana or Loop 375, but police here are on the scene directing traffic. So this area of Ridge Beam is closed off right now. So as soon as we get any more information, we will let you know. But again, we have confirmed so far 1 person is dead here at the scene of this crash. For now, we're live in Far East El Paso. Denise Olivas, ABC7.
Thank you, Denise. Right now, temperatures in the 40s on the west side of town at the Texas Tech Physicians Trans Mountain campus. At Putnam Elementary School and just outside of the ABC7 studio, we're also in the 40s. But the wind chill temperature feels a little cooler out there, much cooler in Ruidoso, only in the 30s. 44 is what it feels like in Las Cruces. So coming up, we're going to check on the bus stop forecast, give you an idea of how to plan out your morning, get the kids ready for school. We'll also check on temperatures across southern New Mexico. It's coming up in just minutes.
Now to President Trump's trip to Asia. Speaking in China, President Trump criticizing the trade relationship between the U.S. and China, but stopped short of chiding the Chinese president.
But in actuality, I do blame past administrations for allowing this out-of-control trade deficit to take place and to grow.
Trump's day included announcements that the U.S. and China had signed agreements valued at more than $250 billion for products including U.S.-made jet engines, auto parts, liquefied natural gas, and beef. Such contract signings are normal during visits to Beijing and are intended to diffuse complaints about China's trade policies. Trump also said the 2 leaders will focus strongly on fighting drug trafficking.
And as President Trump is in China, he showed off a video of his granddaughter Ivanka and Jared Kushner's daughter Arabella singing in Mandarin. Take a look. Chinese President Xi Jinping and his wife welcomed Trump with an afternoon tea at the Palace Museum, during which Trump showed this video of Arabella. And there are actually several videos of her singing in Mandarin online.
Impressive. New this morning, actor Kevin Spacey has been cut from another role as he faces growing sexual assault and harassment accusations. Spacey being replaced by Christopher Plummer in the upcoming film All the Money in the World. Film director Ridley Scott made the announcement and says Sony Pictures is fully behind him. Spacey had already started filming, so they have to redo scenes now with Plummer and scrap the old marketing material. Last week, Netflix parted ways with Spacey. He's currently getting unspecified treatment, according to his former publicist, who recently dropped him. Despite the last-minute change, All the Money in the World premieres December 22nd.
And the Almeida Shrine Circus is here in El Paso. The show is beginning tonight, but tomorrow, Storm Tracker Nicole Gomez will be giving you your weather forecast live from the circus at the El Paso County Coliseum right here on Good Morning El Paso. The Almeida Shrine Circus has several performances from today until Sunday at various times. Tickets range from $8 to $12, and this is supposed to be the last time we see the elephants. We have a link to the website where you can buy those tickets at KVIA.com. You can find it under the links mentioned section.
And now happening today, you'll have a chance to get a job. The job fair aimed at veterans, but organizers say anyone is welcome to come. There will be more than 60 employers on hand, and they say there are about 500 available positions in healthcare, information technology, business, and government. The job fair is from 9 this morning until 2 this afternoon at the El Paso Marriott. It's at 1600 Airway Boulevard. Good luck. And we also want you to keep sending in your photos to honor those who have served in the military. We have received dozens of them already. Here are just a few. Veterans Day, of course, is Saturday. We'll continue to show you all of these veterans that proudly served here on Good Morning El Paso all week. So go to KVIA ABC7's Facebook page, find the pin post at the top, and upload your photos to the comments section.
We're getting so many of these photos. It's really great.
6:07 now. Time for weather and traffic on the 7s.
Hi, Hillary. Good morning. We'll take you out to the War Eagles Air Museum. This is out in Santa Teresa, showing you our time-lapse camera. We're tracking mostly clear skies throughout the morning, and here's a beautiful sunrise photo that you see there. Here's another shot from the Texas Tech Trans Mountain campus. West side of town, also tracking mostly clear skies. A little chilly as you head out the door this morning across southern New Mexico. We're in the 40s. Actually feels like it's in the low 40s, so you will need a jacket as you head out. By lunchtime, it'll be a little warmer today at 64, 68 by the end of the school day. Coming up, it is cool but dry to start out this morning. Some issues that may impact your morning commute. Not for all areas, but some areas. Some patchy fog, and I'm tracking another weak cool front. I'll let you know when that cool front will arrive. That's coming up, JC.
Thanks, Nicole. Good morning to everybody at home. I do want to show you our traffic flow sponsored by the Viva Auto Group and that crash that Denise is on at Rich Beam. We want to give you some alternate routes in case you live in that area. You do want to find out how to get to Montana and Loop 375. Remember that Joseph Rodriguez and Lorenzo Ponce Drive, both of these roads run parallel to Rich Beam. So that is a way to get out of that neighborhood and get onto Montana and Loop 375. Don't want to forget about Las Cruces. Now we want to take a look at those speeds. 66 miles per hour the speed on I-25, 66 miles per hour the speed as you head into Las Cruces, and 67 miles per hour the speed coming back into El Paso.
Thanks,
Lord of the Rings fans, listen up.
How would you feel about a TV series of those beloved books and movies?
And a milestone for hit show Grey's Anatomy will tell you what the series has accomplished since first airing a decade ago.
Plus, more Black Friday deals, how Walmart is hoping to attract customers this holiday season. It's 6:08. This is ABC 7, where news comes first. Welcome back. It is 6:11 and new this morning. A possible TV remake for the Lord of the Rings movie trilogy is in the works. That's according to Variety. Actor Sean Astin, who starred in the original films, told Entertainment Weekly he wasn't surprised. He was responding to a report by Variety that Amazon is in talks with Warner Brothers to adapt the film into a TV series. Astin said he thinks it would be hard to pull off and that he hopes the vision of the trilogy doesn't get lost. When asked if he would be interested in making an appearance in the show, Astin said it didn't cross his mind at first, but he called the idea intriguing.
A major milestone tonight for Grey's Anatomy. The ABC medical drama, which premiered in 2005, airs its 300th show. And star Ellen Pompeo, who's been there since the very beginning, says they have something special planned for fans.
We pay homage to every character that's walked through the doors, all of the cast members that we love and miss. And they did it in a really cool way, so I think the audience is going to like it.
Only a few other scripted primetime shows currently on the air have made it to 300 episodes, including NCIS, Law & Order SVU, and The Simpsons.
New this morning, Walmart hoping to tempt shoppers with online deals that will begin before Black Friday. Some offers will begin at midnight online on Thanksgiving. Stores will be open all day on the holiday with Black Friday deals beginning at 6 in the afternoon. Walmart also adding a color-coded map of store departments to make it easier to find the items. Many retailers are looking to find the right balance between online and in-store deals as shoppers look to take advantage of both.
And Sears and Kmart trying to get ahead of the holidays by putting everything on sale. Through Thanksgiving weekend, Sears will offer 10 to 50% off of everything in the store. Kmart will offer up to 40% off of everything. In just the past year, Sears did close more than 400 locations, and the big picture for Sears Holdings is pretty gloomy. The parent company for both Sears and Kmart has not turned a profit in, get this, 7 years. So to cut costs in addition to closing stores, Sears and Kmart will have massive sales, giving you more savings when you shop.
And the opioid epidemic has made its way across the nation. Many cities are fighting back.
And where El Paso stands in this fight is coming up.
Plus, airport security put in place to ensure passenger safety.
We'll tell you what a recent study showed on TSA screenings and their detecting capabilities. It's 6:14. Good morning at 6:17. Welcome back. Look at that gorgeous shot right there. That'll
like
wake
a
you up this
painting.
morning. It does, doesn't it? We'll put a pretty little cloud over here.
So pretty. Splash a little
That
color
happy
over
little
here.
cloud over there.
It's nice.
It's nice out there. A little chilly to start out. If you don't like the 40s, you think that's cold, you'll definitely need a jacket. I grabbed my jacket because I thought it was chilly.
So
but
did I.
Hillary loves the weather. It is nice out there
That
for the
doesn't mean
most
I didn't
part.
grab a jacket. I just I like being able to bundle up, right?
Yeah, it's nice out there. The warming trend will actually begin today. So as you head out right now, 45 degrees, winds are out of the southeast at 3 miles per hour. One of the issues that I've been keeping an eye on all morning is the patchy fog. Luckily, not seeing any as of now. And of course, if you do run into some patchy fog, please be sure to let us know. We're taking you out to Fabens Elementary School, where we're tracking mostly clear skies this morning. And again, chilly temperatures. Our clouds and radar picture showing dry conditions to start out this morning. And as I mentioned, that warming trend will start today. The cold air will shift towards the east. The warm air will shift west. So we're going to run above average at least through the weekend. 71, that's our afternoon high today. Yesterday, we were only in the 60s behind that cold front that moved in. 76 Friday, Veterans Day, we're in the 80s with plenty of sunshine in the forecast for this weekend. Another cold front will actually move in on Sunday, pick up our winds, and then we'll see another dip in the temperatures. But our future track model showing at 9 o'clock, dry conditions, any patchy fog that is taking place out there right now will begin to burn off after 9 o'clock. Looking ahead to Friday, still seeing plenty of sunshine, but as you can see with our future track model, we'll see periods of high clouds. Again, I don't think there will be any rain, which is great news for your Veterans Day forecast on Saturday. 8 o'clock, we're at 54 degrees. By the 10 o'clock hour, we're in the 70s. Again, it'll be nice and sunny. This afternoon, Vado, you're on the map at 69 degrees, 70s for Chaparral. So again, El Paso, we're in the 70s for today, warming up on Saturday, cooler on Sunday, but we're still running above average through Wednesday. JC?
Thanks, Nicole. Good morning to everybody. I-10 and Airway looking perfect. You can see westbound and eastbound lanes flowing just fine. A pretty quiet morning so far. I'm usually seeing a little bit more traffic by this hour, but really nothing getting in the way of your commute. Red to Executive, it's a 6-minute drive time, 18 minutes Sutton Park, Zaragoza, 11-minute drive from Resser to downtown. Here's what you can expect for today. I-10 West and that Resser ramp will be closed from 9 o'clock in the morning until 4 p.m. later on today. Tonight, I-10 East will be closed at Copia from 9 p.m. till 5 a.m. Also, far east, I-10 East from Zaragoza to East Lake, 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. There will be a closure there, and it's never too early to warn you about a 27-hour closure. I-10 East will be closed at Mesa for 27 hours starting Sunday, November 12th at 3 o'clock in the morning and opening up at 6 o'clock on Monday.
Thanks, JC. At 6:20, now to the opioid epidemic. The county of El Paso still considering whether it will join the fight. Now, Commissioner's Court could make a decision on whether to join a lawsuit against pharmaceutical companies in as little as 2 weeks. ABC 7's Mauricio Casillas picks up the story.
It's an epidemic that does not discriminate.
It can tear a family apart because no one sets out to be a drug addict. Nobody wakes up in the morning and says, oh, I think I'm going to try heroin today because I've always wanted to be a drug addict. Nobody does that.
The DEA hopes initiatives like National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day will help stop addiction before it begins.
There won't be drugs for kids to take, And also many people have at-risk people in their home that might be at risk for addiction or already addicted, so that also prevents them from getting the medication.
To put things in perspective, the El Paso division collected nearly 11,000 pounds of prescription drugs on Drug Take-Back Day. Weight-wise, that's the equivalent of over 4 of our station units.
This is something that is huge across the United States. It's an epidemic, and El Paso County is not immune to that. It's just a matter of determining what kind of situation we have in our hands here.
While the borderland is not as affected as other regions in the U.S., McMurray says she's noticed things could be getting worse. In the El Paso division, the quantity of drugs stolen from physicians, pharmacists, or veterinarians doubled from 2015 to 2016.
That's showing me that the problem is increasing here by when you see employees start taking something.
Mauricio Casillas, ABC 7.
The Binational Substance Abuse Council will host a summit today from 8 to 5 at EPCC on Viscount. Officials from both El Paso and Juarez will be speaking.
Coming up, police are investigating 2 scenes this morning, both of them deadly. 3 people died in Far East El Paso. We do have crews on both scenes and we'll bring you live reports coming up with the very latest. The time now 6:22. It's 6:25. New this morning, alarming failures in airport security. The new loopholes in checkpoints uncovered by the Department of Homeland Security. Inspectors looked at airport security checkpoints, finding that screeners, their equipment, or their procedures failed more than half the time in detecting items smuggled through. That's better than 2 years ago when the TSA failed 95% of the time. When ABC News asked if the new failure rate was as high as 80%, a source familiar with the classified report said, quote, "You are in the ballpark." Members of Congress with sharp criticism now of the TSA administrator.
You got a real challenge ahead of you. This agency that you run is broken.
Well, these findings come in the same week that a man breached security at an airport in Miami, and when a man at a Phoenix airport made it past security and onto a plane with a ticket with someone else's name on it. So far, 8 recommendations have been made to improve checkpoint security.
New this morning, people in the borderland are at risk for death or illnesses related to the cold weather every year. And that's why local authorities are kicking off a blanket drive today. The local extreme weather task force is asking you to donate new blankets. They distribute them to those who need them the most. Your donations can be dropped off anytime at local fire stations or El Paso County Sheriff substations. And those in need of a blanket can call 211. Keep in mind that last winter, 3 people died in El Paso County due to cold weather exposure. The people behind this initiative hope to change that. Pretty scary and preventable.
6:27 now. Good morning, Nicole.
Good morning. It's chilly out there. 7 o'clock. We're still sitting in the 40s, El Paso and Las Cruces by the 9 o'clock hour. A little warmer, but still chilly in the 50s. And at 11 o'clock, we're in the 60s. But a warming trend will actually begin today. We're sitting closer to where we should be around this time of year. Low 70s, mostly sunny for today. We're warmer on Friday, but we'll climb to the 80s on Saturday, running above average through the weekend and through next week. JC?
Thank you, Nicole. Right now, Loop 375 to downtown. That's a 15-minute drive time, 11 minutes Yarborough to downtown. It's a 12-minute drive over Trans Mountain, I-10 and McRae. Looking perfect. This is a very busy area of town, as many of you at home know. But you can see right now I'm not tracking any crashes right here. Traffic flowing just fine.
Thanks so much, Joey. JC, yes, we're standing by to hear from Joey, actually. An El Paso district judge has been criticized for his behavior in the courtroom and has been reprimanded.
What he reportedly told attorneys and jurors that led to several complaints.
Breaking news this morning, I'm round-the-clock reporter Joey Carrera. A shooting has multiple people dead this morning. I'll give you the details live from the scene coming up.
And good morning, El Paso. Denise Olivas, also in Far East El Paso at the scene of a deadly crash. We'll tell you what we know so far.
And plus, we have complete coverage following the Texas church shooting, how Apple may help in this FBI investigation. It's 6:28.